Assalamu alaikum, Ibn Abi.
Alaikum salam. How are you?
I hope you are doing well, Abi.
I am fine, thank you.
We will, inshallah, continue from the beginning of the supreme sign. We finished the introduction. We are, inshallah ta'ala, starting the supreme sign today. Inshallah, we can start. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. The supreme sign, the observations of a traveler questioning the universe concerning his maker. In the name of Allah, the merciful, the compassionate, the seven heavens and the earth and all that is in them, extol and glorify him, and there is nothing but glorifies him with praise. But you understand not their glorifying. Indeed, he is most forbearing, most forgiving. Ustad is calling this ayah as the supreme ayah, the very beginning of the Ayatul Kubra. So he is basing his argument on this, the meaning of this ayah. Let me read the original, inshallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. تسبح له السماوات السبع والأرض ومن فيهن وإن من شيء إلا يسبح بحمده ولكن لا تفقهون تسبيحهم إنه كان حليما غفورا. So inshallah we will be reading the interpretation, the tafsir of this ayah and many ayat regarding the Tawheed, inshallah. This second station, in addition to explaining the above sublime ayah, sets out the proofs, arguments, and meaning of the first station, which has been skipped. So the first station was in Arabic. Ustad has added it to every part, at the end of every part in Arabic. We will read it in, inshallah, English translation. Since this sublime ayah, like many other Quranic verses, many ayat, mentions first the heavens, that brilliant page proclaiming Allah's unity gazed on at all times and by all men with wonder and joy in its pronouncement of the creator of this cosmos, let us begin with a mention of the heavens. So we are starting with heavens. Why? Because in many ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is starting mentioning his very artful creation, starting from the heavens, mentions the heavens, the stars, the sun and the moon, and so on. So inshallah we will try to see La ilaha illallah in the heavens, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows his unity, his existence in the heavens. Indeed, every voyager who comes to the hospice and the realm of this world opens his eyes and wonders who is the master of this fine hospice, which resembles a most generous banquet, a most ingenious exhibition, a most impressive camp and training ground, a most amazing and wondrous place of recreation, a most profound and wise place of instruction. He asks himself to who is the author of this great book and who is the monarch of this lofty realm, very elevated, lofty realm. There first presents itself to him the beautiful face of the heavens, inscribed with the gilt lettering of the stars. So very shining stars, they are showing this very beautiful face. There first presents itself to him the beautiful face of the heavens, inscribed with the gilt lettering of the stars. That face calls him, saying, "Look at me, and I shall guide you to what you seek." What was He was seeking his creator, the creator who created me, who created all the creation. Who is he? So we will listen to inshallah samawat first, the heavens. They are introducing us Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Before going on, maybe we can get, if there is any question in the mind, you can share, inshallah. If there is any comment, you can please feel free to jump in while reading also. So let's continue, inshallah. Ömer, are you saying something? I couldn't get it. He looks then and sees a manifestation of dominicality, lordship, and sustaining, performing raised tasks in the heavens. It holds aloft in the heavens without any supporting pillar. Hundreds of thousands of heavenly bodies, some of which are 1,000 times heavier than the earth, heavier than the earth, and revolve 70 times faster than a cannonball. It causes them to move in harmony and swiftly without colliding with each other. It causes innumerable lamps to burn constantly without the use of any oil. It disposes of these great masses without any disturbance or disorder. It sets sun and moon to work at their respective tasks without those great bodies ever rebelling. It administers within infinite space, the magnitude of which cannot be measured in figures should they stretch from pole to pole. All that exists at the same time, with the same strength, in the same fashion, manner, and mold. Without the least deficiency, it reduces to submissive obedience to its law all the aggressive powers inherent in those bodies. It cleanses and lustrates the face of the heavens, removing all the sweepings and refuse of that vast assembly. It causes those bodies to maneuver like a disciplined army, and then, making the earth revolve, it shows the heavens each night and each year in a different form, like a cinema screen displaying true and imaginative scenes to the audience of creation. Yes, let's discuss these parts. Maybe we can read one more time so that we can understand better. So how the heavens are articulating La ilaha illallah with their own condition. We can, inshallah, listen to that tongue. The heavens, they are speaking of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's read that part. He is starting mentioning how Samawat is introducing us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Umar, do you want to read? You can come here.
He looks then and sees a manifestation of dominicality, manifestation of rububiyyah, performing various tasks in the heavens. It holds aloft in the heavens, without any supporting pillar, hundreds of thousands of heavenly bodies, some of which are 1,000 times heavier than the earth, and revolve 70 times faster than a cannonball. It causes them to move in harmony and swiftly without colliding with each other. It causes innumerable lamps to burn constantly without the use of any oil. It disposes of these great masses without any disturbance or disorder. It sets sun and moon to work at their respective tasks, without those great bodies ever rebelling. It administers within infinite space, the magnitude of which cannot be measured in figures should they stretch from pole to pole. All that exists at the same time, with the same strength, in the same fashion, manner, and mold, without the least deficiency, it reduces to submissive obedience to its law all the aggressive powers inherent in those bodies. It cleanses and lustrates the face of the heavens, removing all the sweepings and refuse of that vast assembly. It causes those bodies to maneuver like a disciplined army, and then making the earth revolve, it shows the heavens each night and each year in a different form, like a cinema screen, displaying true and imaginative scenes to the audience of creation.
Yes, any comment over these? This tongue of the heavens, we can inshallah discuss.
This manifestation of dominical rububiyyah, I think the key word, Allah Ta'ala holds everything in His rububiyyah without any supporting pillar. And causes them to move in harmony. And it resembles like the atoms in our body, right? There is a simile like this, like the atoms in our body. This huge universe is just like a body, and the stars are like the atoms in it, moving in harmony. Without those great bodies ever rebelling, it administers with an infinite space. And there is a sign to the wahdaniyah, to the oneness of Allah, that all that exists at the same time with the same strength, in the same fashion. And it says aggressive powers, those great bodies, greater than the earth and the sun, they all submit themselves in obedience to the law, even though they have these aggressive powers. Like a disciplined army. There is within this dominical activity in this rububiyyah a truth consisting of subjugation, teskhir, administration, tadbir, revelation, tadwir, ordering, tanzim, cleansing, tawzif, and employment. Tawzif, this truth, with its grandeur and comprehensiveness, bears witness to the necessary existence and unity of the Creator of the heavens, and testifies to that existence being more manifest than that of the heavens. Hence, it was said in the first degree of the first station, there is no God but Allah, the necessary being, to whose necessary existence in unity the heavens and all that contain testify, through the testimony of sublimity, of the comprehensiveness of the truth of subjugation, administration, revelation, ordering, cleansing, and employment, a truth vast and perfect and to be observed. لا إله إلا الله الواجب الوجود الذي دل على وجوب وجوده في وحدته السماوات بجميع ما فيها بشهادة عظمة إحاطة حقيقة التسخير والتدبير والتدوير والتنظيم والتنظيف والتوظيف الواسعة المكملة بالمشاهدة.
Yes. So how the heavens, if we maybe summarize the topic, how the heavens are mentioning of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with their, so that has attracted our attention to the greatness of the heavens. So how much it is great. So Ustad has used this is expression of that greatness, the magnitude of which cannot be measured in figures should they stretch from pole to pole. So this is showing the greatness of the heavens. We are not able to measure the heavens, the beginning and the starting of the heavens. So how those very vast, very great bodies, huge bodies, these celestial bodies are perfectly managed, and they are perfectly sustained. So we are not able to comprehend this. We are not able to understand this vast, very, very long distance. We cannot imagine it even. We are, with our technology, we try to measure it. We are unable to measure. So we are not able to measure it. So how it is perfectly sustained, it is managed, administered perfectly. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing his greatness, his grandeur with this very huge bodies. Perfectly they are designed, perfectly they keep they are keeping being in existence. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is keeping them in existence, so that the perfect balance in the creation, it continues. So if we imagine one of them, if they get out of their orbit, it would be a doomsday for the creation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he is keeping all of them in balance, in order. So we understand that this is only with the power of an endless power, endless managing and perfectly managing and subjugation all these huge bodies. He is making, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is making them evolve in their orbits perfectly without colliding with one another. So it shows the creator of the heavens and the earth. They are saying with their own condition, they are saying La ilaha illallah, only Allah, who is the most powerful one, who is the most knowledgeable one, can keep us in existence. So they are saying with their own tongue. You don't need to see La ilaha illallah written with the stars in the heavens. So we can, with our mind, we can read that writing on their duties, on their perfect manifesting, administering. So they are showing this La ilaha illallah with their duties. Yes. Any comment over this meaning?
Assalamu alaikum, brothers.
On the heavens.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers. My voice is coming?
If not, we can continue, inshallah, with the
You do not hear me?
the earth.
We can hear
Assalamu
you,
alaikum,
but
brother.
Jezma, we cannot hear
We
you.
will continue, inshallah.
Brother,
With the-
assalamu alaikum. You
But
do not hear
Eser
me?
abi, you are saying something? Or Nebi abi?
Yes,
Assalamu
maybe
alaikum.
I
You
will
do not
say
hear me?
something.
Nebi abi,
Jezma, I think you cannot hear.
Nebi abi,
Yeah, I want to say something.
okay, please. I couldn't hear, maybe my voice was, silence, yes.
Okay. Yeah, you know, the traveler started to question about the maker from the sky, from the stars and the moon and sun. Maybe it also implies us that reflection and also pondering can be started from the sky, since billions of stars and the satellites and the planets are moving in the sky in a perfect order. It's really very powerful indication of the universe creator and sustainer just at the same time. As far as I know, at the heavenly bodies, maybe 20 years ago, when I studied a little bit about the cosmology, they were stating that in the sky there are about 200 billion galaxies, and each galaxy contains maybe 100 billion or 200 billion stars. A few months ago, I checked once more. Now they say that 10 times more galaxies are available in the sky. That means that 2,000 billion galaxies are available. Then all those galaxies contain, maybe each galaxy contains more than 100 billion stars. Then each star may have some other planets and also some satellites, and so many bodies in the heaven, but in a perfect order. They are moving. They are very fast. As far as I know, the closest, our galaxy is the Milky Way. The closest galaxy to the Milky Way is called Andromeda. What is the distance between Andromeda and the Milky Way? They call about 2.3 million light year. As you know, light speed is 300,000 kilometers per second. That means that in 1 second, light can circulate the Earth more than 7 times. Then this is 1 second. 1 second life. The 1 second light time. If we multiply this 60, then it becomes 1 minute distance. Okay. From the sun is about 150 million kilometers away from the Earth. Then its distance is about 8 minutes light, 8 minutes only. If we consider, if we think about 2 million years, this is the closest galaxy to the Milky Way. Then how can we comprehend the vastness, the size of the sky? Then all those things are in a perfect order, and they are all showing and indicating that one is controlling all those things in a perfect manner. Thank you.
MashaAllah, Nabi abi, as you said, it says also the magnitude of which cannot be measured in figures. Should they stretch from pole to pole, as you said, the closest galaxy, you said 2 million light years, right? With the light speed, it's enormous. When sometimes you watch the videos of the universe, right? The size, the magnitude of that, and it makes us realize, how, the greatness of Allah. It makes us appreciate.
This part has attracted my attention. So Nursi is defining that it shows the heavens each night and each year in a different form, like a cinema screen, displaying true and imaginative scenes to the audience of creation. So the Earth, while evolving around the sun, it is making a circle around the sun, but the sun is not stable. It is also on the move. It is also moving. It is evolving around a huge orbit. So we never see the same screen. We never see the same place one more time. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala making the earth going around a huge sphere. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing every night there's a different form, there's a different screen. Every night Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is showing us a different view. So as in the 11th letter, Ustad is asking a question: where is the place of resurrection, the gathering, the place of Hashr? So Ustad is defining this meaning. So the earth is going around the sun, but the sun is also going around a huge sphere, is a huge orbit. So we are making a circle of the place of the Hashr, a huge sphere it is. We never see the same form, we never see the same screen. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is changing every night, changing the scenes every night, so showing us a different form, very beautifully. It shows the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the same time. And Ustad is defining this meaning also. As He has created the universe to show His beautiful Asma, so there is no end in His manifestations, the manifestation of His power, of His wisdom, and so on, all His attributes. So we are observing this in the movements of the earth and the sun. Yes.
Yeah, there are some people, deniers, also disbelievers, then they are denying the existence of the Creator. Yeah, if they really look at the order of the universe, these heavenly bodies, I think they can easily understand somebody, that is someone, a huge power, which is creating and making the balance in the universe. Maybe if they study, the small items, maybe they can confuse. But if they raise their head to the sky, and if they look at the sky with the knowledge of astronomy, cosmology, they may really see the Creator there. It's really very attractive and amazing order there. As far as I know, Imam Ghazali states that if anybody doesn't know the ilm of the cosmology, the knowledge of cosmology, he will be lack of knowledge in knowledge of Allah, in knowledge of Tawheed. I think it is more shining and luminous indicator of the Creator.
So this is so meaningful, Abi, in explaining maybe this part. Ustad has mentioned, indeed, every voyager who comes to the hospital and realm of this world opens his eyes and wonders who is the master of this fine hospice, which resembles a most generous banquet and most ingenious exhibition. So Ustad is starting to mention of this banquet, exhibition, the impressive camp, the training ground, starting from the heavens, as the Quran does it. Quran is mentioning the heavens first. So all the also the people. So this is so meaningful for the people who are living at that time in the deserts, for example, the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, or the non-believers. They are always seeing that scene every night, but they were ascribing it to to itself and so on. So as if it is meaningless, it is happening by itself, by chance. So Quran is telling us that this is the happening with the power of Allah. So this is happening with the perfect wisdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and so on. So starting from the heavens, of course, we should reflect on it. We should contemplate on this perfect, very beautiful scenes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has shown us first. Of course, this is so meaningful. Yeah.
Okay, when you stated, every time different scene is to be observed, since we are not always in the same place. Yeah, everything is moving. We are also moving on the earth. I also noticed when you stated this, I also noticed, the sun rising place and also setting place is always changing. Every day it's moving a little bit. If it is, if time is approaching to the winter, then it is going towards the south. Every time, then the sun rising place and the setting place is changing. This is also a different scene, a small scene maybe. I wanted to express this also. Thank you.
Thank you, Abi. Any more comment over this heavens page?
Talking about there's light here. Thinking about light year, I saw there's a calculation somebody did online. In the Quran, it says the angels ascend in a day the distance of 50,000 years. So somebody actually took this meaningfully as in 1 year, because we go by the lunar year, and calculated the distance that the moon travels in 50,000 years. And it is approximately the same as the light speed in 1 year. So one light in 1 day, sorry. So one light day basically is more or less the distance that the moon travels in 50,000 years, since the angels are created from light. They travel by the speed of light.
Yes.
Wallahu a'lam.
Yeah, brother. And Amir, this is also telling us that Quran is reading the book of universe, the creation. So Quran mentions, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes Quran speak of the creation. So whatever Allah has created with his power, he has also added to his book or his kalam. So Quran, when we read Quran, we are reading also the book of universe, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala he has manifested all his beautiful asma, foremost his power, his wisdom, his knowledge. Yes, the ayat is reciting the book of the creation. Inshallah, we can continue with the earth, the globe of the earth. Nemir, would you like to read, brother?
Sure, inshallah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Where's the clouds, or then the wondrous?
Then the wondrous palace.
Then that wondrous place of gathering known as space or the atmosphere begins thunderously to proclaim to that traveler, come as a guest to the world. Look at me, you can discover and find through me the object of your search, the one who sent you here. The traveler looks at the sour but kind face of the atmosphere, and listening to the awesome but joyous thunderclaps, perceives the following. The clouds suspended between the sky and the earth, water, the garden of the world in the most wise and merciful fashion, furnish the inhabitants of the earth with the water of life, modify the natural heat of life, and hasten to bestow aid wherever it is needed. In addition to fulfilling these and other duties, the vast clouds, capable of filling the heavens, sometimes hide themselves, with their parts retiring to rest so that not a trace can be seen. Just like a well-disciplined army showing and hiding itself in accordance with sudden orders. Then, the very instant the command is given to pour down rain, the clouds gather in 1 hour, or rather in a few minutes. They fill the sky and await further orders from their commander.
Shall we, inshallah, focus on the rain first? In the atmosphere, it's happening Yeah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing his perfect power and wisdom. Yes. Nemir, you can read the first paragraph again, then we can inshallah discuss if any point occurs to our minds.
Then that wondrous place of gathering known as space or the atmosphere begins thunderously to proclaim to that traveler, come as a guest to the world, look at me, you can discover and find through me the object of your search, the one who sent you here. The traveler looks at the sour but kind face of the atmosphere, and listening to the awesome but joyous thunderclaps, perceives the following.
So this is very beautiful expression. Everything is inviting the traveler. Everything is inviting the traveler so that he can read. You can read the book of universe. So this is a reading of the creation. So everything is inviting us. Ömer, you wanna focus on something? Look at me. Where should we look?
It's interesting, the reason this Risale was written. He says the traveler and the guest in this world is trying to find the owner of this place. And he says the atmosphere is saying, look at me, you can discover and find through me the object of your search. I think that's what we should focus on in each step here. Nemrabi, were you saying something?
No.
So maybe while reading the 20th word, the other parts also.
Just to add, maybe we should remember 31st word, Risale about Miraj. And in there, Ustaz starts explaining Miraj by, Miraj, like this, Miraj started by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showing his names and the manifestations of his names throughout the universe, and then he shows other prophets and so on and so forth. When I read this Ayatul Kubra, also the other Risale Minajat, these are like Ustads, in quotation, like Miraj. Every one of us are sent to this world to seek and find and try to understand Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his existence, his names, his attributes, try to know him, try to worship him. So in that sense, this Risale is really, really very important. It's showing us our purpose of life.
Thank you, Fatih abi. To read the book of universe, there are some conditions, studies, especially attracting our attention to those parts. So look at me. So looking and seeing and looking, it's different. So in order to able to see, we should look carefully. So these very important, drawing our attention to this point. Very importantly, we should make an effort to see. We should look carefully. May Allah give us that look, inshallah, that attention. Very important. Many people, they are looking, but they are not able to see. They are not able to see the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that look may not be different from the look of a cow, looking at something. So this is very important to see. In order to see, we should look carefully. Yes. So we are first observing the rain. Yes. What is rain is telling us? The clouds. Damir, Nemir.
Yeah. Yes. The clouds suspended between the sky and the earth water the garden of the world in the most wise and merciful fashion, furnish the inhabitants of the earth with the water of life, modify the natural heat of life, and hasten to bestow aid wherever it is needed. In addition to fulfilling these and other duties, the vast clouds capable of filling the heavens sometimes hide themselves, with their parts retiring to rest, so that not a trace can be seen, just like a well disciplined army showing and hiding itself in accordance with sudden orders. Then, the very instant the command is given to pour down rain, the clouds gather in 1 hour, or rather in a few minutes. They fill the sky and await further orders from their commander.
So an apparent look, for example, we generally we are looking at this atmosphere. We are looking at the clouds. It is apparently happening by chance, by randomly. But when we go deeper, what's happening there? There is a perfect creation, the creation of the rain in the atmosphere. It's not happening randomly. There's a perfect art there. So we are seeing this art in the occurrence of the rain, so the rain or the hail or the snowing. All these are we can include in this raining, snowing. So there are many arts Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing in the atmosphere, showing in the clouds. He's perfectly showing his wisdom and power and his knowledge. So it's not a randomly happening incident. So it's happening with a perfect discipline, like a well-disciplined army. They are acting perfectly. So running to the assistance to the needy beings, the plants or the animals, the human beings. So it cannot be ascribed to the to the causes who are which are lifeless, which are without having no wisdom and having no life. So they cannot own this perfect art happening in the atmosphere. It's showing the most knowledgeable creator. Yes. Any comment over this incident of rain? The raining, a perfect, happening. So rain, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is employing the winds while in the rain. So we can pass to the inshallah what's happening in the creation of the winds.
Next, the traveler looks at the wind in the atmosphere and sees that the air is employed wisely and generously in such numerous tasks that it is as if each of the inanimate atoms of that unconscious air, it is as if each of the inanimate atoms of that unconscious air were hearing and noting the orders coming from the monarch of the universe. Without neglecting a single one of them, it performs them in ordered fashion and through the power of the monarch. Thereby it gives breath to all beings and conveys to all living things the heat, light, and electricity they need, and transmits sound as well as aiding in the pollination of plants.
Yes, so the winds, they are not doing one job only. So while carrying the clouds, Allah SWT has given them that duty. So the angels, they are representing the power of Allah SWT, who are glorifying Allah with that perfect acts. So they have many duties. So not only the rain, so study is defining here. It gives breath to all beings, conveys to all living things the heat, light, and electricity they need, and transmits sound, as well as aiding in the pollination of the plants. So all these are happening at the same time, of course. There is so we are limited beings. For example, human beings, we are limited. We can do one or two things at the same time, but Allah SWT makes the wind, the air, act at the same time many duties, many tasks they are carrying out. This is very miraculous. So we are not able to imagine this. So we are speaking right now. So the air is a perfect mirror. All our speech is transmitted in the air perfectly. There is no chance of this. No one who is a sound mind, who has a reasoning, cannot attribute it to the lifeless atoms, lifeless particles, to this perfect art. So transmitting the sounds, at the same time heat, light, electricity are transmitted. So at the same time, Allah SWT makes them aid in the pollination of the plants. There is it shows that those particles are under the command of one who has no limit in his power, in his wisdom, and in his knowledge, because we are observing this with our limited knowledge. So it's happening perfectly without any chance of even in the studies defining, I think in the other parts, in the stormy time also we keep communication. We are able to communicate in the stormy time. So there is no place for chance in the creation. So it's not happening by itself, or the causes cannot do it. It shows perfectly the duties they are carrying out perfectly. So it shows the power of one who has no limit in his power. Yes. Bakrabi, do you want to add anything? So clear, you say. The air, the page of the air is a very beautiful, very of course, a miraculous page of Allah SWT's power and His wisdom. Yes. We will observe then rain deeply, inshallah.
The traveler then looks at the rain and sees that within those delicate, glistening sweet drops sent from a hidden treasury of mercy, there are so many compassionate gifts and functions contained that it is as if mercy itself were assuming shape and flowing forth from the dominical treasury in the form of drops. It is for this reason that rain has been called rahmat.
Even in the Quran, Allah says, فَانْظُرْ إِلَىٰ آثَارِ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ, and Allah calls the rain rahmah. It's the mercy of Allah, embodied mercy.
Nemir brother, what may be the reason for Said Nursi? He's calling the rain drops as sweet, glistening, delicate, glistening, sweet drops sent from a hidden treasury of mercy. This is really interesting. Allah SWT has endless treasures, So he's sending these sweet drops. Do you have any point to share with us? What may be the reason for this? I don't know. Maybe the raindrops, they are purified in the air, so they are Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put a perfect system. So the evaporation. So with evaporation, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is purifying the water in the air. We call in Turkish arı. It means pure. So the sweet drops, especially the April showers. There is a narration from Rasulullah. The April showers, according to Rumi calendar. So it's by Allah giving shifa and so on. So it has a special taste of the April showers. So it came to my mind that meaning. So maybe every raindrop Allah has given this. They are pure, coming from the heavens. So purified, of course, the human beings. They are, as we are contaminating the air. Maybe it changes the taste of the air, raindrops, of course, in the air. This is another aspect.
Well, I think if I remember correctly, right, some rains are sent as mercy, and some rains are sent not beneficial rains. That's why, like, we have the dua to say every time it starts raining, may Allah make it a beneficial rain, right? So perhaps if we start polluting the air, then Allah Ta'ala sends us, because He has the power to purify it once again and send us, purified rain. But if you look at, let's say, the acid rain in London, for example, then that's not a beneficial rain. So, He chooses to do what He wills. And from this, we can see that this is not something to be taken for granted, the rahmat of Allah. We should appreciate it and treasure it.
I don't know. There could be some heavy rains, and the heavy rains can damage some items. I don't know. But this acid rain, I do not know. Is it due to the industry around London, or is it directly from the sky?
No, it was mainly due to the industry.
Then if it is due to the industry, then who is the guilty one then? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is sending the pure rain, then the guilty people are making it dirty.
Well, no, I think we have to be careful not to assign any rububiyat to people. Like, they actually do not have agency. They do not have real agency in this entire transaction. Because, like, if you think about it, it's like saying, I remember Omar Farouk Ramazabi was saying, like, sometimes we think about earthquakes as, it kills like 3,000 people. And we just think about Allah Ta'ala sends the earthquake and He doesn't know about the 3,000 people dying. The same as this, I think we have to be careful not to think about the acid rain as, something, a pure rain, and then the humans are doing something and then something happens. Right.
So it came to my mind to this part studies defining this is in the ism of Adl. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is all just. So the cleanliness, of course, at the first point, Ustad is mentioning the ism Quddus, all pure one, all holy one. So the cleanliness and purification proceeding from the name of most holy cleans and makes beautiful all the beings in the universe, so long as human beings' dirty hand does not interfere. There is no true uncleanliness or ugliness in anything. So we are corrupting, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is defined in the ayah, the corruption on earth happened because of our unfortunately misuse the sources of the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So there is no true uncleanness and ugliness in anything. So we are corrupting, we are contaminating everything with our maybe greed, with our maybe sins. So this corruption, this uncleanness is coming forth. So the acid rains or the rains because of the contamination in the atmosphere. So it's of course not Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is sending us impure rain, but we are causing this with our unfortunately misuse. We are using the source of Allah in a wrong way. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is sending us maybe not pure rain. Yes, we can continue inshallah if there is no other comment.
I think I have to go now.
We looked at the rain. So, here, Nemir, you want to share something?
No, I have to go now.
Inshallah, this is the end of our class.
Yes, the next part is a little bit longer. We can, inshallah, keep reading, inshallah, in the next session, because it will take much time to discuss it and reading it, inshallah. Make us, may Allah, inshallah, make us understand these meanings and digest it, inshallah. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم فهمنا أسرار القرآن كما تحب وترضى اللهم لا تخرجنا من الدنيا إلا مع الشهادة والإيمان آمين والحمد لله